The average age of women having their first child in this country is about 31. About 40 years ago, the average age of a first-time mom was 25. With people in Canada starting their families later for many reasons, we're hearing more about the process of fertility preservation and freezing of eggs. Our next guest, Dr. Preeti Sharma, says egg freezing can help people plan for children on their own terms. She's with us this morning to talk about how the process works. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you here. First of all, people may have heard of this before, but maybe not understand the process. Can you walk us through it?
Absolutely. First off, thank you so much for having me back on the show. This is a topic that I'm incredibly passionate about. So let's talk about egg freezing. So egg freezing is a process by which you can harvest and freeze your eggs for future use. And so that sounds technologically really cool, but what it really is in practice is stimulating the ovaries with medication to produce multiple eggs, retrieving those eggs with a process called an egg retrieval, and freezing them with a freezing technique called vitrification in our laboratory. Those eggs can remain stored for 10 to 20 years and be used later when you're potentially older and ready to have a child with really incredibly high success rates.
Who should consider egg freezing?
Typically, we say that a woman should be under 35 because that's when your egg quality is at the highest. So the age ranges that I give patients are ages of 25 to 35. That being said, you could have a 37 or a 38-year-old who comes to you and has really good egg quality, and we entertain egg freezing for her too, but younger certainly is better.
When we gave those statistics off the top about the age of women becoming first-time moms, how old would you say the average client is who comes to an office looking for the process?
Later and later these days. And so the average person coming in to have a baby now is probably around 35, 36. But I constantly see patients in my office at the age of 29, 30, and 31 saying, I don't have a partner right now, or I have a gynecologic condition where I'm worried that I won't be able to have kids later on, or I'm part of the LGBTQ community, and I'd really like to plan my childbearing and freeze my eggs now because I know I want to be a mom later.
What are some of the common misconceptions that exist around egg freezing?
So many people think it's a really difficult process, and we've come so far in reproductive medicine and streamlined our protocols such that we can do this in a 2-week period. It's not so invasive in your life. You're coming to the clinic only a couple of times. People worry about the needles. The needles are tiny, tiny needles that you put in your tummy once a day. 10 days of injections followed by an egg retrieval under sedation. It's really a smooth and easy process. So that idea that it's a big surgery or it's going to take months and months out of my life, I'm going to have horrible symptoms, really is not there anymore.
What about hormonal symptoms?
Yeah. Well, any hormonal treatment will give you some symptoms. The most common symptoms that patients face when they're undergoing egg freezing is slight mood changes, breast tenderness, bloating because those eggs are developing. After the egg retrieval, you might feel a little bloated until you get your period, but generally patients will really sail through this process.
One of the concerns for clients in the past have been around viability. Once the eggs are ready to be implanted, what can you share about that?
So this is a great question. And so we have lots of data using age and a marker for ovarian reserve called the AMH, and just numbers. We know that if you can retrieve 15 to 25 eggs under the age of 36, you have about a 60 to 70% chance of having a baby with those eggs. But the real question out there is, how do you predict a woman's individual and unique egg quality? We know everybody's different, and one woman's egg quality at 35 might be different from another woman's egg quality at 35. And so I think this is where there's lots of research, opportunity, and innovation happening. And in the AI and tech world, what we're trying to do is look at different biomarkers to predict, will this egg actually become a baby? And there's lots of companies out there, lots of research looking at different markers, morphology of eggs, images of eggs, to say, out of this cohort of eggs that you've retrieved, which ones are going to make a baby? And that really can predict your unique ability to make eggs that are going to get to the outcome you want, which is produce 1 or 2 or 3 babies, whatever it is in your future.
Dr. Sharma, we always have such great conversations when you're here. Thanks for coming back.
No problem. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.